Dude, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm really happy to be back playing football with Dortmund, with all the lads. Just seeing everyone, really. I was saying to my family, like, it was good to be away for so long, but then as soon as I saw everyone again, it felt like I hadn't been gone a day. We all carried on back to normal, really, and just having a great time. Training's been hard, but it's been enjoyable, and it's the best way to be, really.
True.
It's crazy in a way, huh? It's hard to imagine. It's the third season already.
Madness, isn't it? I feel like yesterday I signed.
It feels like yesterday you were standing outside there on the terrace.
It feels like yesterday we was doing that interview when we was walking
exactly.
through it,
Right,
doesn't it?
the first one,
Unbelievable. Everyone and I do interviews and they're like, "Oh, what do you think about the new players?" I'm thinking, I'm a new player. I signed yesterday, but nah, yeah, it's gone quick, but it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it.
And now you're being asked about the new players.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, the young players, the new players. I'm like, oh, what's going on?
But if you would talk us through your journey at BBB so far.
I think the key to my kind of journey with BBB was that I adapted quite quickly to the league and to the style, to the culture of the club and you know, the country, because obviously it was a big change for me to come here, and I think that was down to the staff, you know. But you know, I talk about the playing staff quite a lot, you know, the likes of Otto and Lucien Favre and Edin when I was first put into the team, the players at the time, but also you guys, you know, make me feel really comfortable in the media, the physio staff making me feel like I can come in and ask for anything. Like, it's a really family club. I felt like I came in and I was part of the family straight away, so that kind of settled me down. My first year I feel like I got better and better. Obviously there were some changes in the summer after that year. We did okay, obviously won the cup, which was probably the best feeling I've had in football so far. The second season, obviously there was a lot of changes and it was a lot harder for me personally and for the team. I probably had to take on a lot more responsibility than I thought I would have, and I enjoyed it. I think I performed well, but you know, we didn't quite manage to reach the goals that we kind of set ourselves, and we underperformed a little bit. But I suppose that's what gives you the hunger to come back again this year and, you know, and do better and hopefully win some trophies.
You've mentioned the hunger and you've mentioned talking to your family, and I think it was necessary to get some kind of a break.
Yeah, definitely. I think my first summer, obviously I came straight from a full championship season. I had, I think, 5 days and straight away joined.
Being 16 by the time.
Yeah, being 16. I was 17 as I joined, but you know, I was just desperate to come in and train with the boys, really, and test myself against them. So for me, it was no problem, really. It's like, as you play more games, you then realise, I wish I had maybe a week or two more. And then obviously last season with the Euros kind of messed up everything a little bit again, and I came back to camp with the boys maybe a week before the first game, and I played the first game in the cup, Wiesbaden, I think. So I think, like, this summer it's great to have a proper rest. I feel really relaxed, like physically but also mentally. I feel like really chilled out and in a good place.
How much of a holiday did you have actually? You played with England.
To be fair, Dortmund were brilliant. They gave me a really nice holiday, so I think I had a week or two before the Nations League, which was quite tough because you can't fully switch off because, you know, you've got 4 games, and then after that I had another 3 or 4. Like I said, Dortmund were brilliant. I was really lucky to kind of get the time that I got, because, you know, now I feel really fresh. I feel really good.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of off time.
Talking about holidays, that's your topic.
That's my topic. No, but I mean, you're an honest guy. Tell us. I mean, in that off time, what was the most unhealthy dish you was allowing yourself?
Food or drink?
Let's stay with food. I won't get you in trouble. Let's stay with
no drinks. Mom's watching.
That was really bubbles though.
Food. I don't really know, you know, just a mix of everything, really. Just stuff that I probably wouldn't normally have in a season, but you know, when you're going out to restaurants and that, you don't think for 1 second about, I've got to be careful on the calories. So I was just kind of going for it, really. But and I know I can lose it quite quickly. I was in the gym quite a bit. I think I've come back in probably a better physical shape. I feel a lot stronger. I feel a bit bigger as well. So I think the unhealthy meals are working.
Sometimes you have to do that to
Yeah.
gain a little.
No,
you have to gain.
yeah,
He's an
yeah.
expert. I did gain a little bit. But that time is over now. When we see you on your Instagram or your social media, we see photos of the holiday time where you met Greg and Kareem. Is that coincidental, or was that planned that you spend a little
So
time?
like a couple of weeks before the end of last season, we was just where he's going on holiday, where he's going, and I was like, yeah, probably thinking about Ibiza, and then there was the same, him, Pongra, Renier originally, Erling as well. We all at first said Ibiza, and Donny even, but Donny ended up going at a different time. Erling had something to do. Renier had something to do, so it ended up just like being me and Greg, and I was thinking, like, what dates are you out there? And then so it lined up perfectly that we was there at the same time, and we managed to go to a few things together. It was a lot of fun, and obviously the maddest thing was Eula ended up being there. Eula, Marius, I seen Marco on one of the nights. We had some food, and then we seen Kareem and Schlotti. So that was really cool, because you know you're gonna like them as players because they're brilliant players, but especially for the new lads, it's like really cool to get to know them as people before you even start playing with them. I think that's like such a good bonus. You can work out what their banter's like and how you can interact with them, and honestly I can't speak highly enough about how good they are as people as well.
Yeah, and you happened to meet a very famous person in Ibiza as well, right?
I did.
Something at a club in the toilet or something like that. I mean, it sounds strange.
Yeah.
It wasn't that strange.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't that strange. To be fair, there was some few people very high up at Borussia Dortmund, like Sebastian Kehl, Roman Weidenfeller, and the man to my far right.
Funny.
And at one point, we both must have needed the toilet at the same time. And honestly, it was quite weird, wasn't it?
It was
Let's be
weird.
honest. It was weird. It was like,
hi.
It's like I've seen you, and it's like, oh, is he going to interview me, or is it, what's
Of course
going on?
not. Of course not. No cameras rolling.
No
Like,
cameras,
that's
so-
holidays, off time.
But we had a good time that night, wasn't it? So, and it was just good to see everyone. Like, I went with just one of my friends, so to see everyone, see you guys having a good time, made me feel a lot better about actually coming back in the season and everything, because I can just tell everyone's so relaxed, like everyone's looking forward to it. You got to have that time to get rid of the stress and everything of that.
But you guys, like all the names, you could have had a black and yellow training session
Honestly,
on the beach.
It was like FCIB for out there. Honestly, we could have set up a little team and gone for some
Anonymous play.
yeah, gone for some summer silverware, but no.
Summer silverware like that. Then usually coming back to business, it takes a few days to shake off the rust, to shake off the holiday feeling, maybe some pounds even. What kind of a guy are you? Is it the same for you, or is it a finger snip and you're back at 100%?
As soon as I'm back in, all in.
Athlete.
All in, yeah, absolutely all in. I think as soon as like I left England, the plane went up, I was just all in. I think that's how everyone has to be. If we want to do successful things, we want to like be a great team, then we have to all be all in. Otherwise, it's pointless. We can't really carry anyone, and that's how everyone's been. Everyone's ready to play their part, whatever part that is. And yeah, especially for me, as soon as I was back in, I was like, yeah, time to work. I don't miss going out or doing any of them things, because I'm back here and this is what I love to do. That's the reason why I take the break, so that I can be better now. So
To recharge.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So to then be back and then wishing I was somewhere else, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm ready to go.
To enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah. Obviously, I enjoyed every minute of it with my family, with my friends and stuff. But to be back is really good.
The good thing now, you could say, I don't know the new guys enough, so I can't talk about them. You can talk about them,
Yeah,
so you've
exactly,
met them. So let's go through the names. You met Kareem on holidays, as mentioned. What type of a player and what sort of a character is he?
As a player, I've noticed how like fast he is, really powerful, dynamic. Just looks like every time he gets the ball, something could happen, and I think that's really exciting as a midfielder when I get to play with him, because a lot of the time I'm thinking, I just want to get him the ball in dangerous positions and he can kind of do the rest, and I think that'll be an exciting one for me to play with. And as a person, just really bubbly, confident, funny. Just like it feels like he's been here for ages, to be honest. Just everyone loves him. I love him, and hopefully we can do really good things on the pitch.
How impressed. I mean, you mentioned that you probably got a little bigger, stronger,
Yeah.
but we have two very strong and big guys in defense. So tell me about those two.
Yeah, so Nicky and Schlotti. Schlotti, really good left foot, really clean with the ball, really good defender as well. Had an amazing season last season. Someone that I was like really impressed with, Obviously playing in the same league, you kind of look out for some players, and you keep hearing the name of some players, and then you get to watch them like up close, and it's like, yeah, he's a player.
In the cup final, he was
unbelievable.
phenomenal.
I sent him a message after the cup final, just saying like, head up, and we'll go for it next year. Don't worry. So yeah, he was really good, and I think with Nicky, he brings a whole load of experience. I think 5 Bundesliga titles, Champions League, and probably more. So yeah, great guy. I've spoken to him quite a little bit, but even on the pitch, just a really good player to have.
And impressive. Like his physics, his body
it doesn't make much sense. Like he's quite like a big lad, tall, quite stocky, but he just moves like
he's fast.
He's so fast, and he's so
fluid,
strong in the duels and stuff like that. With the ball, he's a lot better than maybe people would think. Definitely a lot better than I kind of thought originally. So yeah, just really excited. Really, I can't stop smiling every time I'm on the pitch.
I've watched him play even the right back position, like my position.
Yeah.
He did stuff I couldn't even
you'd
done
never
back
think
in the
could,
days, like move and dribble guys. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, you couldn't. Like, that's why you can never look at someone and kind of pin them down, can you? I think you look at him and you think maybe he'd be limited, and
he's up to something.
It's not that unnormal that players can do things on your own.
Wow. Oh god, that's a low blow.
That's what I have to work with. Yeah, that's every
low.
day.
You'll have to get him back later. Think of something and just let it brew for a bit.
Football is of course about scoring goals, but is stabilizing defense with guys like Schlotty and Nicky the one of the keys for success for next season?
Yeah, really important. We have like really talented defenders, I think, last year, but it was disrupted a lot with injuries and so on, and that was tough for the defenders. And I think like people were saying and criticising our defence because we can see too many goals, but I actually thought that everyone could have done a bit more defensively, and that includes myself and the midfield unit. Like defending isn't just defenders. There's a lot more to be said about defending than just 1v1 or him shooting, you being there to block it. It's about movements, tracking runners and so on, and I think it was a bit unfair to kind of put it all on them, but that's where I have to look at myself, and the other players, maybe midfielders and so on, have to look at themselves and be better. But yeah, of course it's brilliant to have those additions. I still think the likes of Manu and Matt are brilliant players as well, so we've got a load of options in them positions. And then in the fullback areas, Mate's come back, Thomas had a really good season until he got injured. Rafa's always magic. So yeah, really confident.
Did you see him today on the football tennis? Did you see his cycle?
Who's that, Rafa?
Rafa.
He always does it. Like he's a joke.
But it was like, whoa.
Yeah, he can do anything with the ball. It's quite scary.
You can do a lot with the ball, but you're also a physical presence. But then there's one new player on our team. You had quite a few duels with him last season.
Yeah, he owes me a pair of boots.
Oh yeah, you ripped your boots.
Yeah, that was him. But that, to be fair, the first session he come in, and there was like the first rest. Obviously, I didn't care about it at all. I forgot about it the next day after it happened. But he come in and was like, I think I owe you something. I was like, I owe you a pair of boots. So, and he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, you do actually. And he was like, I'm gonna get you the shiniest, most limited edition pair.
We want to see those. We want to see those.
I think he should have to make me some actually, handmade. I think that would be really touching. I think that would be the best option.
Like
but
just airbrush or something.
Yeah, airbrush.
Maybe his face. Or
yeah,
something
his face. Us having a hug, airbrushed onto the boot.
Is there a picture of you having a hug?
Nah, but there will be one soon.
Pretty sure.
But yeah, obviously, again, really good player. He's the kind of midfielder that I really love, like watching and playing with, because he can do everything. Like with the ball, he's really tidy. And then without the ball, he's a monster, isn't he? Even though he's short. I think we did the pull-up challenge on the first or second day, and he got an insane amount. And the next day I was looking at his biceps. I was like,
He comes from wrestling.
Really?
Wrestling
that
background.
makes a lot of sense actually. Yeah, you can tell he's just like massive force in his arms and his upper body. And with the ball, he's like really clean as well.
He's that type of player you want to have on your team.
Yeah, definitely. You'd much rather have him on your team than have to play against him. So yeah, again, really exciting.
There's another one up front, new number 9.
Yeah.
Ridiculous stats. Even broke Erling's record for the first or the most goals in the first Champions League season.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I loved obviously our old number 9. Still love him. Will always love him. But I think it's brilliant now to have to replace someone like that with someone like Sebastian Haller. It's unbelievable business, I think, from the club. It's obviously, you look at the numbers wise, especially last season, it's more or less like for like. I think they're different styles, of course, but I think, you know, if we can all get on the same wavelength, it could be really dangerous.
And there's another new guy, a new and old. He won the cup. Our head coach.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Oh God, who's this? Yeah, I was going to go with it regardless. But, yeah, the coach, brilliant coach. I think everyone's seen what he did the first time. He kind of turned a sinking ship into a really powerful team in the end. In the cup, I think we were really clinical, we were really sharp, and I think that's obviously why we won it. He knows a lot of the players, like the core of the team, really well from being here as the assistant. So I think it's a great appointment. You know, as much as kind of I loved Marco Rosa as well. Of course, I sent him a message just to thank him for everything he did for me and for the team. So obviously it was sad to see him go, but you know I understand it's part of the game. We've got to move on, and it's good to have replaced him with someone who's very good. The
best possible solution.
Yeah, exactly.
The sample size is still rather small, but has he changed from being the interim and the former assistant to now being the man in charge?
No, to be fair, I think everyone's pretty clear on, you know, his role, and it's not weird. You know what I mean? It's just normal now. You know, he comes in. It's like he's the head coach. He's coach. Everything he said when he was the assistant, I was listening to anyway. Everyone knows how good he is at what he does. So they're all like willing to absorb the information that he gives out. So I don't think it makes much difference.
And have you ever seen someone like Peter Hermann?
No. Honestly, I've obviously not only been here for a week and a bit, and it's just knows so much about the game, really. Just so
more than 1,000 games as an assistant, as a coach.
Yeah. He was telling me earlier that he was doing some like finishing. He was like, oh, that was the kind of one that Gerrard liked to do, and I was like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah, we played against him in 2002. He was like, how old were you in 2002? I was like, sorry mate, not born.
When
it was quite awkward, he was like, sad.
Even worse, when Edin Terzic was born in October 1982.
Yeah.
On that day, Peter Hermann was 30. He was playing with Bayer Leverkusen against Borussia Dortmund, and he lost the game 2-0.
That's madness, isn't it? It's crazy how football works sometimes.
I mean, that's good to have somebody with that kind of experience.
That's what I mean. To be able to learn from someone like that is, like I said.
He's been to the Champions League final 3 times. He's won so many
He was telling me about, like, he was there when Zidane scored the volley, and I was like, this guy is like... It's like a book of...
And you know it from YouTube.
Yeah, from YouTube. He is YouTube, you know what I mean?
So to sum it up to this point, new players with a lot of potential. To what extent do you perceive a spirit of optimism at BVB?
Always, I think, you know, you have to, regardless of the signings, you have to kind of press reset after last season, regardless of who we bring in and the new coach. You always have to think of it as it's a fresh start, and you've got to do everything you can do personally to try and make the team better. The signings obviously help because they're great players and they're great lads, and like I said before I left for the summer, I'm really optimistic about this season, and I'm really hopeful that we can do something special.
But you're not just optimistic, you're very confident as well. I mean, talking to you 2 years ago, and you just got on our bus, so to say. You were that confident. You said, no, I want to become a starter. I want to learn from these guys, but I don't want to wait too long before I'm really in the mix. So what are your personal goals for the upcoming season now? Now that you actually a key player, you're a real fixture in this team. So what are your goals now?
Yeah, I think the team, like, it's, for me, I can't really stress it enough, because, you know, when people talk about how many goals they want to get and stuff like that, it's like I get it, it's cool, but it's not something I really think about. I'm thinking about how the team could win every time. How can I contribute to the team winning trophies, games individually, and things like that. So I probably would say more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff, really. That's how it always is when I come back. I know exactly which details in my game I can still work on. I'll continue to watch videos with Otto and Edin and find out how I can improve in certain ways, how I can be more of a threat going forwards, how I can be even more stable defending my own goal. There's always things to improve, so it's hard to pinpoint a few. I can be better at everything.
That's part 1 of the Trainingslager edition. But of course, we're not going to talk about football forever. We've got some more coming up. We've talked to some fans, and now we've got some of their questions.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
First up, it's Julia from Kamen. That's a small city near Dortmund.
Hold on.
And I hope I'm pressing the right button. No, it's this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi Jude, ich bin Julia aus Cham und meine Frage wäre Aston Villa oder Schalke?
You got it right.
Yeah, I got that. I didn't have a clue until they said the names, and now I know what it must be. Well, I'm never picking between either of them, to be fair. I'd probably say that I've hated Villa for longer because I grew up as a Blues fan, so I've hated them for longer, but I wouldn't, it's choose between one. I couldn't.
In German, we say it's pest or cholera. It's two,
Yeah,
something
like,
you don't want.
Neither's better than the other. They're both. Yeah.
I'll try it that way. In the national team, you play alongside Jack Grealish. So he's been at Villa almost his entire life. And he recently claimed that it's nice to have a fellow Brummie in the national team. And when reporters asked him about you, so can the two of you raise the Birmingham FC and Aston Villa be mates?
No, actually, yeah. Honestly, I thought it would be a bit awkward, the first time that I went into the England team, and I remember being behind him or something like in the lunch queue, and I was thinking, I hope this isn't awkward, like, you know what I mean?
Just trip him. Just
give
him a little,
No, but we've both got no reason to dislike each other, and that I've never played against him. And literally, the first thing he did was turn around and, oh, you're right, how are you? And give me a big hug and say, like, welcome to the team. And I sat down with him on the table, and he was talking to me and that. And it's hard to dislike him. He's just a really good guy, regardless of whether he played for Villa or not. He's just a good guy.
And at least having the other team from the region back in the Bundesliga gives us a nice derby.
Yeah, no, it definitely gives us two more really big games, really important games for ourselves, because they'll be big points that we have to win, but also for the fans. We realise how much it means to them, more than anything, really. So yeah, we've got to do them proud in them games.
So next one is with you, Ovo, and it's not really a question.
Isn't it? Oh, yeah, right.
Ich habe keine Frage, ich habe eine Bitte. Ich heiße Dirk und komme aus Hagen-Hohenlimburg und wünsche mir von dir, dass du so lange als möglich den BVB erhalten bleibst.
Too fast.
So basically, it isn't a question. He's rather saying that he wants
what
you
everybody
to
thinks.
Yeah. He speaks the tongue of all the BVB fans. He wants you to stay as long as possible with the BVB.
No, I appreciate that. It's good to know it's being recognised.
Yeah, but I mean, there is something between you and the fans. I mean, watching you after practice go and sign autographs, there's nobody taking more time to do so than you do.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that? What kind of connection is that?
Yeah, I always feel like, if you make the effort to buy a shirt, come to a game, come to a session, if you go through the effort, if you spend the money, then I'm a puppet, really. Do you know what I mean? I'll sign whatever, I'll take whatever many pictures. If there's however many kids who want a picture, I'll do them all before I go back, and because it's half an hour. You know what I mean? After it's half an hour to make someone's day or have a kit that's signed for life. It's nothing really. It's half an hour. Like, what else would I be doing in that time? Like messing around on YouTube, or you know what I mean, or laughing and joking. So yeah, I think there is something between us. I think it's because they appreciate that I'll do a lot to win for the club. And from my point of view, I can't thank them enough, really, for how they've kind of embraced me into the family and stuff. And I feel like really at home here, and that's because of them, as well as it is you guys and the staff and the players. It's them as well in the city. They're always so respectful. If I'm going to get shopping with my mum, they come up to me and they're not bugging me. They're just saying how nice it is to see me and stuff like that. And it's just really nice to hear. And even after, like you said, after the training camp, there's kids with my shirt, and it still feels surreal to see like my name on the back of someone else. And it's I'll give whatever time I have to give to make them happy.
Keep it simple.
There are some players, not with our club, but I know for a fact that not everybody sees it that way.
Yeah.
To some, it's a burden more.
Yeah, no, that's
So now comes
a
the
bad way to be.
third question, a really important one.
Yeah.
Hi, ich bin Paul, komme aus Beckum. Ich habe eine Frage an dich, Jude. Kannst du mittlerweile besser Deutsch?
Ein bisschen Deutsch.
Ein bisschen.
I understood that though.
Mhm.
Like, he's asking like how my German's getting or stuff like that.
Yeah,
if he's got any better.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, like I understand it, but it's when they start speaking proper fast. I was messing around with Nobby earlier on like the mic, and he was asking me how was training going, and it started good, and he kept going and going. It was so fast. I was thinking, how can you even speak that fast? Like, and then at the end, it all just sounded like noise.
Yeah.
It didn't even sound like words. So.
But there's Nobby sometimes.
Yeah,
it is just
okay.
noise
Yeah, is that
sometimes.
just Nobby? Yeah, okay, cool. But
I don't know.
Hi, Nobby.
But yeah, no, I love Nobby really. But yeah, it's getting better. I'm understanding a lot more, especially the football stuff. You know, I can probably understand a meeting in German. Speaking, it's a lot harder. And I think he's just trying to find the confidence to do it with this awful accent you can hear. So
It is really bad. It's really bad.
no,
accent.
joking.
But you can put out a
I
big
love
hi
it, man.
to your German teacher.
Yeah, big hi to my German teacher.
In German,
Yes,
though.
Thank you
In
very
German.
much.
Just say hi, his name, and
What after that?
okay. Next
You'd have to write me a
Next time.
script. But nah, yeah, sick guy.
We have another one. Let's go to the
Fourth one.
Yeah.
I think the next two are brothers, or is it
it's probably from the same area
Yeah.
at least.
Ja, ich bin Heiko aus Brambauer und was mich an Jude in dem Moment interessiert ist, wer ist denn dein bester Kumpel in der Mannschaft und vor allen Dingen warum?
Mr. Kumpel.
Buddy.
Best
Buddy.
friend in the
Kumpel,
team.
yeah,
Best
buddy.
friend.
Okay.
I mean, Rainier is gone.
man,
Yeah.
sad,
Erling's
sad.
gone.
Pongracic, I was really close with as well, gone. Quite sad that is actually. But now we kind of have a little group really. It's me, Greg, Gio, Donny, Manu kind of like he's just a more sensible one, kind of oversees everything really. But yeah, that we kind of chill together a lot, play a bit of cards every now and then. At the tables we're usually always together and stuff. So yeah, probably any of them guys really. We do a little bit outside of football as well. Sometimes whether it's a meal or we went bowling once last year actually.
Bowling?
Yeah.
Who's the
Bowling.
best bowler?
Greg. Greg was really good.
Long reach, a long
that's
reach.
kind of like what he
Yeah.
does all the time. Yeah,
that's
that's unfair.
It's his bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah.
It should be.
Is he throwing that ball maybe?
Yeah, over
all the way.
But yeah, and he's got massive hands as well, so he can pick it up like that and just spin it. But yeah, he's really good. But yeah, we do stuff like that.
Throwing balls is him. We've seen him on
Oh,
training
Yeah.
yesterday.
Throwing balls.
no, catching actually.
You were
that
the
was
yeah.
Karim
Yeah.
who threw that.
Did he really throw that?
I swear to God, yeah,
It's
he threw
ridiculous.
like 3 or 4 like that. But you know who can sling it as well? Mats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
He was like to me, I'll go long. I was like, yeah, good one. Like, you ain't going to throw it that far, mate. He went straight over my head like that. I was thinking, oh, why bad sorry.
But that was a clip to watch.
But
Yeah.
Madsen, do you remember in the States once when
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were
When we
hanging
met
out
those
with
NFL players,
from
yeah.
the Colts?
Yeah.
And they did a drill like Mats and Roman. I saw
Yeah,
myself.
because Roman's big on it as well.
I saw myself already talking to the manager like we got 2 injured players.
Yeah. But yeah, Mats is amazing. But Adeyemi as well, really good. But I was trying to throw it, but you know, I'm getting there. But it's all right, you know.
I mean,
It's
you-
all right.
good wide receivers.
Yeah. Still take that.
It's good and important.
They still get paid a lot of
they
money,
get
don't
paid.
they?
I was
That's what
about
you
to say
were
that.
trying to
I cut it off. Okay.
The last question relates to someone who was on the news just yesterday, I think.
Hi, ich bin Tom aus Brambauer und Jude, ich wollte dich mal fragen, ist dein Bruder genauso talentiert im Fußball wie du?
He's my brother as talented as football.
Yes. He just signed a professional contract.
Yeah, very proud of him.
Not with us though.
Yeah, that's how it is. Man. Don't speak to me. I'm not. I ain't tapping up no one for anyone. So, especially.
I mean,
Joe,
you
but
wasn't it you that told somebody? No, maybe I get confused here. But you should have, pushed him.
Nah, I'd never do that. It's completely his decision. But he's been in with the first team, doing well. I've heard. So, yeah, really happy for him. But I don't know. Like, is he as talented? I don't know, man. We're different players. I always find it really hard to compare, and I hate comparing when people like ask me like, "Oh,
He's talented.
yeah, he's a really good player. He's a really good lad. He'll do as well as he wants."
Mats, he always said he always wanted to prevent that his brother Jonas was publicly only known as Mats' brother.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's most likely the same with you.
Yeah, that's the same for me. But like, I think Joe, like, he's a great player in his own right. There's no need to compare. It annoys both of us. Probably him more, but it annoys both of us a lot. So yeah, it's one of them things really. It's kind of normal, you know. He's kind of always grown up like beating Jude's brother, and now he's starting to kind of be just Job, and I think he's proud of that, and I'm really proud that people are seeing it like that instead of, is it Jude or is it? No, it's just Job.
Job, just be Job.
Yeah, just be Job.
That's
man.
it. That's
Job's perfect the way he is.
There might be some more questions coming up later that were handed in from people who happen to know you quite well.
I think,
But before that,
Yeah, before that, something different. We have another part of this podcast, and now it's about headlines, more or less. And you have to decide or guess, really. Is it a headline from Dortmund or from Birmingham newspapers?
Oh my God.
It's not so hard. It's more or less fun. So you just get a guess.
Let's go.
And if you have some thoughts why you're choosing this or that, maybe elaborate. Just
Are you going to say it in a Birmingham accent to try and throw me?
I don't have an accent. You do have a better, and I don't have an accent. No. Okay. Here's the headline.
it would sound rather silly me trying to imitate a Birmingham accent, but
Married couple.
No.
What?
The first one.
Oh, where are we? Oh, there.
Oh.
Oh, that's you.
It's me.
Right.
It's me.
Sorry.
New team, lads.
Yeah. It's the first
Debut in it. Just let 'em
It's gonna take a few weeks.
Go. Just go.
Man drives car into sand bunker on a golf course.
Oh, Birmingham.
No,
That's Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Really?
And on top of it, he didn't have a driving license.
I would have said Birmingham for that. I don't know why. I
Why?
just feel
But
like
how? I mean, what you doing with your car on a golf course? Like,
it just
I'm
sounds
trying
like
to-
something the English would do. To be fair, I don't know. The
Yeah.
Germans seem to like all the Germans that I know seem too like sensible to do stuff like that.
Now there are a
Really?
few guys like
I've not been out enough.
Could have been you. I mean, golf, car, driving.
in my earlier days. not now anymore. Okay, next one. Married couple share bed with their 13 dogs. That's disgusting, actually.
Grim, that is, isn't it? Waking up with all that fluff on you. Ugh.
Just imagine that smell.
You might as well be a dog after that. Birmingham. Is it?
True.
Oh, that's
It's
really
near
bad.
Birmingham, but it
That's-
is a Birmingham.
That's
headline.
disappointing. That,
Is it?
yeah.
It says something about you
Yeah,
guys.
I feel like you've picked that one. I feel like you could have picked some nicer stuff, man, to represent the city.
Maybe there's some more coming. I don't know.
Yeah.
We
I hope
try.
there's some positive ones. as well.
We try with the next one.
There's no positive ones.
New house up for sale comes with a bus stop blocking the path to the front door. Just imagine you buy a house and there's a bus stop blocking your front door.
That's Birmingham, isn't it?
It is. It is Birmingham.
Yeah,
Sorry though,
Yeah.
it's not us.
Yeah.
It's you.
So far, you put all this shit to
No, it ain't like that. It's not like that. I just feel like you guys would pick out the worst stuff. No. The worse it gets, I'm thinking, oh yeah, he's going for Birmingham again.
So, another one. A couple was fined for speeding on their wedding day.
That's Dortmund, isn't it?
That's Dortmund.
Yeah, okay, that's Dortmund. I don't know why.
It's not that bad,
Because
right?
people drive fast here, don't they? Obviously, I don't drive, but people drive fast.
Why are you still not driving?
I don't know, man. Lazy, man. Well, not lazy, but I'm just, like, I don't know. I come home and like, I'm tired from training. I'm just
That's
thinking,
really comfortable. I mean, having your mom
yeah,
driving
that's
everywhere.
what I mean. I
but-
have my mum and I have some of the lads sometimes drive me places and stuff, but yeah, I'm just comfortable. Like, I need to learn that. I will learn.
Yeah.
So.
But not on a golf course.
No, not on a
Too many
golf
bunkers.
course. Yeah,
there,
it's-
you know.
And also don't do it at a McDonald's drive-through, because there was a drunk driver arrested after going the wrong way at McDonald's drive-through.
Oh, God.
Does that sound like Dortmund or Birmingham?
I know where it sounds like.
It
right?
really sounds like a Dortmund guy in Birmingham because
Yeah.
going the wrong way. I mean,
Yeah,
you're driving
yeah.
left on the left
Took a
side.
charge.
So, but
So it could be you again.
it could be a Dortmund in Birmingham, but
Could be my
you,
mum
you
actually.
take the gas.
Confused from the directions. I'm gonna say that's Birmingham.
It's
It is Birmingham. It's brilliant. So
Okay, a car gets stuck in a car park. So this is
lots of driving.
the driver was mistaking the stairs for the exit.
the stairs.
Yeah. So the car went down the stairs and got obviously blocked. Though it's not wide enough. So
I'm just going to say Dortmund. I hope that's
It is. It is not Dortmund.
It is not Dortmund.
Oh, it's very
No. It goes as Dortmund, but it is not Dortmund. It's that city that we're not talking about.
Oh,
From
okay,
Dortmund, that
yeah,
city.
yeah.
It was actually fans of that club we're not talking about.
Okay.
And it was after a game, after a home game, and it was a car park near that stadium. So
Yeah.
obviously,
And the
couldn't be Dortmund, but
about right then.
And the fire brigade had to pull the car.
yeah. So that was quite. Yeah, that was some fun. Now we're getting to a different kind of topic, which is quite interesting. I mean, I experienced myself, but now it's you to answer. And it's friendship in professional sports. That's what we're having.
Enough
now.
fun. Fun aside, now
Fun
we're
aside,
talking
now we're
about
talking.
it, huh?
We're getting deep now.
I can mature enough to talk.
Yeah. So the average adult German defines 6 people as friends. 3 more or less as close friends or best friends. How many would you define as friends, or let's say true friends?
That's a tough one, actually.
Like overall, not just from the team or so. Like overall
yeah,
in your life.
To be fair, I think best friends wise, I'd probably say my little brother is like literally my best friend. I'll tell him anything. Him as well as a lad Toby, who I've known since I was like going to school. He's featured in some interviews and stuff that I've done. So I'd probably say them 2. I'd be happy to tell anything. So yeah, I'd say them 2 are like close friends, best friends, whatever. And really, other than that, I'm only kind of friends with people that I've met through football. So it's a bit weird. I didn't make like loads of friends. Like I was cool with everyone. I wouldn't say I was friends with loads of people because people define friends differently. It's like it's kind of like who you would meet out, isn't it? Who would you go for a meal with? Who would you kind of see in your spare time? So I don't know, but I'd see a lot of the lads from here in my spare time. So I'd say that I probably have quite a few more than 6.
It is, and it is. I mean, it is different. Different as a professional football player,
yeah.
because you hang around with these guys, so they kind of become friends, almost family, even though they're not what you would call true or best
like
friends.
I've said, like Job's not my best friend, but I'd spend way more time with like these guys than Job. Like,
but still, there's a deeper or a stronger connection with your brother or your best friend.
But I still see them way more than I see my little brother, which is a bit weird, really. But yeah,
but there's no way you can't choose whether you want to see them or not.
Of course. But like, but I think that makes friendship though. And it's different though, isn't it, as a footballer, because you don't. You want to keep your circle kind of tighter and people you can trust, because there's a lot of people out there trying to kind of get you down and get to you, and it's good that you can have people like the players at the club who can kind of relate to you and think similarly in that sense. So yeah, I think I'd probably say a bit more than 6 with like the teams I've played at and stuff.
But you name
England.
those 2 as really the best,
like family. But obviously Job is. But
what I would say is always that. A friend to me is someone I can not talk to for a year or 2.
Yeah.
Then we meet up, and it's like
like nothing happened.
Yesterday.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
That's a friend. That's a
good
friend.
way to put it. Yeah, I'd say I probably got quite.
And someone you would always look forward to. Hey, I'm gonna meet him tonight for dinner. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, but not necessarily someone you'd tell all like your secrets to. Like if this happened to you and you felt like it was serious enough. You know what I mean? Like there's boundaries and there's levels to kind of friendship.
Do you think it's harder now? You're famous, obviously, and successful. It's harder to find friends outside of football, because you never know, why they're interested, why they,
Yeah, exactly.
So do you think
I'm
that's
famous though? I just think like I just say like
trying to be humble now?
No, you're just well known in like kind of the areas that you go. Like obviously in Dortmund, I'd be well known by now, and in Birmingham, it's like.
And in England.
I suppose.
Probably.
No,
probably.
but like.
Ibiza as well.
Yeah, you definitely are.
No, I'm not.
Notorious in Ibiza now. But I think. I don't know, but like the places that you go regularly, I think where you start seeing some familiar faces, that's when you kind of start to build connections. But it's like. Are they friends or are they just people that you can see and just shake their hand and ask how they are and stuff? But that's not to say it's not genuine and you don't care about how they're doing. It's just levels to it, isn't there? Just levels.
But like Job, he's your brother. You know him your entire life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Toby, I think you're friends for ages.
Yeah, kids since we're kids.
So are true friends necessarily people you got to know before you turned into a professional player, or would?
I'd probably say that it does help a lot. It does help a lot because. They were there for you when they didn't have to be, kind of thing, and now people will be. for a rewards type of thing. And like obviously, I don't think there is anyone. There's obviously not anyone here like that, but. Yeah, I think you have to kind of take it into account when you're meeting new people.
One of the bonuses being a professional football player, being a famous professional football player is meeting stars, celebrities, inspiring people.
Yeah.
Could you mention 3 names of inspiring people you've met through playing football?
Easy man, Zidane first.
You've met him in Paris now?
Oh yeah, just the coolest guy ever. He's just so. Stop pointing at yourself.
Me?
No, he's 4. He's number 4. So leave him out.
Didn't make the cut. Just got cut.
Yeah,
Barely missed it.
I'd probably say Zidane. He's just the coolest guy ever. Like I was like around him when I was a little bit like. For the first time in my life, I felt like I was a bit in awe of him.
I played against Ronaldinho in his prime. At
Really,
Barcelona.
yeah.
And even before we got on the pitch, all I was thinking about, and he was my direct opponent.
Yeah.
All I was thinking about was I have to get that chance.
Get that shirt.
That's right.
You got it?
Of course I got it.
Did you really?
What do you think?
Probably had about 10 ready. That's why. Yeah, he's a match
There were a lot of players
Yeah.
asking for that, but I got the match worn one.
Oh yeah. Are you sure?
You
I
think?
got
Are you
pictures of
sure?
us swapping
Oh,
on
okay.
pitch, so
Alright, yeah, fair.
it's the real deal.
You open the bag,
Yeah,
you put it in a sink of water. And
This one smells good.
Don't take that away from me. That's like my moment in football. That
Yeah.
was my moment in
Yeah,
football.
yeah, Zidane first, I'd probably say.
Obo 2.
No, I'm 4.
I was
So
at 4.
it's okay.
So
That's
he
fine.
didn't quite make the cut, but he's nearly there.
I'm waiting for 2 and 3, and then I decide if 4 is okay.
It's tough, you know, because and obviously you kind of forget as well. Like, I met Trevor Francis when I was younger. I don't know if you guys. He's the first £1 million player. He was like Birmingham City's youngest ever player, goal scorer. He was there for quite a while before he went to Forest, I think, and then won the Champions League at Forest. Twice maybe. I'm not sure. I think so.
I think
Once. Fact check. But yeah, like again, like I think that them. If you're talking about your top 3, it's when you are like a little bit in awe of them. And I think like because obviously I was at Birmingham at the time, and like my whole world was kind of just Birmingham, Birmingham City, Birmingham Academy. So anything out there, I wasn't really that bothered. But I could have met like anyone else at the time. It wouldn't really have meant anything. But you know, like him, he has all the records that I wanted to break at the time as a kid, and he's done it all. First £1 million player. It's like, you know, you can't get better than that, really. Like, you can't.
How old were you?
As a kid from Birmingham Academy, like you can't dream of being any better than that. I was like 13, but then I ended.
It means the world. In that
it just
age.
mean-
It's
like when you're that age as well, it just means the world. So 13, and like 3 years later, I'd go on to like kind of beat all his records. And well, them 2, not all of them, but yeah. So that was really cool. And I think the third one, which was, I was just thinking about it now actually, Rooney, because I played against him as well. So that was really cool. But so it was my last game for Birmingham, and it was maybe his last game. No. He was
a
one
playing
more year.
manager.
He did one more year, then he went as the manager.
Yeah.
So yeah, we played against each other. It was like my last game, and I was really emotional and stuff. And it's just like, man, like it felt like it at Birmingham it had gone full circle a little bit. Like I'd done the records, played all throughout the year, and then like one of my biggest heroes growing up, someone that I looked up to loads. I played against him, spoke with him and everything, and then I saw him again after the final of the Euros and that as well. We spoke about that game, and remembers like me kicking him a little bit and him trying to get me back and stuff. And I actually had to man mark him that game. The coach, it was the caretaker manager at the time, was basically just like, you know, you're going to play as a 10, just stand on him so he can't get the ball, and if he gets away from you, just kick him. And so yeah, I was just like, kick Rooney.
Kick Rooney.
Sound.
That's good. It's the plan.
Yeah.
Sounds. It could be a movie.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my top 3.
Movie.
Movie. Movie?
Time to get to know some more
Movie.
sides.
We talking movies?
No.
Yeah,
Maybe.
What's your favourite film?
Could be. My favorite
All
film,
time.
Falling Down.
Falling Down. Who's in that?
Michael Douglas. Do you know?
That movie, no, Michael Douglas.
Michael
no.
Douglas.
The old
Falling Down.
movie.
Is that the one when
He's in a
He-
traffic jam and
he
he
goes
freaks
mad?
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's a good film.
Brilliant.
Yeah, really
Brilliant.
good film. He goes into the fast food
The
place,
fast food,
isn't it?
boom.
He's just like that, not having it.
on the golf.
Yeah, that's it. What's yours? That's a good pick, by the way.
Now I have to follow follow that one. I don't know. I love like these old gangster movies. Yeah. So Scarface, obviously.
Yeah.
Those, but Heat. You know the movie
Oh
Heat?
yeah,
I
yeah,
loved
yeah.
it.
My dad
Al
got me into all
Pacino
them,
and Robert De
all them
Niro,
kind of
like, you
films.
know, and-
Yeah. So them kind of films I love. Goodfellas is a good one. as well.
Yeah.
But my favourite, Pulp Fiction. Have you seen that? The
Yeah,
Tarantino
yeah.
films. I love the Tarantino
Yeah,
films.
they're
'Cause they're so
entertaining.
weird that
yeah, they're weird.
entertaining.
Exactly.
And the
They're-
dialogue and
yeah,
stuff like that.
they're weird and
Samuel L.
entertaining,
Jackson.
but I
Have you
don't
seen
get
that?
all the hype.
Yeah.
Up till the soundtracks. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
the music, the
And
whole.
that's where I get like, loads of old
Yeah.
music from and stuff like that. And I love listening to them films because I always just take loads of old music from it and separate it into my playlist and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big part of how I
So,
listen to music.
talking about playlists.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a good. Yeah, but I one more question. Are you absolutely not into like this new stuff, like all this Marvel stuff, or it's not
really,
yours?
no, not really.
Okay.
You know what I like? Star Wars growing up.
Right.
And even that's becoming a bit like
Yeah, it's
hard
too-
to watch because it feels like they're like kind of ruining all the favourite ones now.
The old
like,
ones are great.
Yeah, the old ones are really good. So they're like the new ones are like the prequels, weren't they?
Yeah,
They were really good.
like 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. So they're like prequels, and then
Yeah.
you have in order. Then the old ones come, don't they?
Exactly.
I like the old ones as well, so they're wicked. But then the newer ones, I'm just not sure about, like Marvel and stuff like. They always set it up so that they could go on forever, and it's a bit boring, isn't it? Like they'll never die,
True.
and if they do die, someone replaces them, and they're gonna fight a new.
They will have a prequel
there's
of the
another
prequel.
one. Yeah, and then a side story,
but
and
then he
you
dies,
know,
and then the next film he's.
and then there's a
he
sidekick, and
survived.
he gets his own
he's-
movie,
and then he
stuff,
ends
yeah.
up being the main guy when that guy dies, and he's died, but then he's back to life in the next one.
It's a real movie critic
Yeah.
right here.
No, not even, just not feeling it. Do you like the Marvel stuff?
I have to watch them
Yeah,
at home.
Yeah, me too. But I love them.
Do you?
I have to be honest. I love that stuff. But like, there are
Disappoint-
phases. We're now in Marvel Phase 4.
Yeah.
Nah,
What did I watch the
they're
other day?
losing me at the moment.
Oh,
but the
mate,
first
watched
3,
one the
I
other day, worst film I've ever seen.
Which one?
Doctor Strange, was it? Have you
Which
seen the
one?
new Doctor
Madness.
Strange?
The madness of it's
No,
bad.
It's
I didn't
bad,
like
isn't it?
I didn't-
It's really
Yeah.
bad.
We could go on forever chatting
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that, but
sorry.
we're losing track here,
Sorry.
fellas. We're losing track.
But
So-
we will get back on track.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
we will-
promise you.
exactly,
I can
exactly.
promise you.
Now I got a question. So it's actually quite funny and interesting. So if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would that be? Really think hard here. All day. That's all you
That's
have.
a hard one because then I've got to think about what's good for me in terms of playing football as well.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It could be like pesto pasta. I'm sick of that after like 2 nights.
I mean,
Yeah.
you need, yeah. It's actually wouldn't know myself.
What healthy pizza toppings are there?
I don't know. Chicken is chicken. Barbecue sauce.
Schnitzel?
I don't know. Schnitzel.
Oh god,
Schnitzel?
I hate schnitzel.
You
hate schnitzel?
Whoa. Okay, thanks.
That was that
Sounds, isn't it?
Yeah, but we need an answer here.
It's getting trickier. I can tell you. That's the easy one.
That's the easy one. We're getting warmed up.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Why don't we choose between family members next? No, don't get any ideas. Probably just say pizza. Probably.
Yeah. You're a pizza lover.
It's all right in it, but I just don't think I'd get. There's just loads of toppings, aren't there?
So you could,
mix and
variation,
match
mix
and
it up.
that,
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
But I'd be disappointed though if someone said that to me.
It is kind of.
It's boring, that isn't it? Like,
It is kind of lame.
Yeah.
But that's you. Sometimes
Yeah.
just-
You have to
you're
be lame,
man.
I mean.
Yeah, sometimes.
And food is really a difficult topic.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is, isn't
yeah.
it? Because it's always about like stuff like that. It's always about your mood and that as well. Like you have to feel a certain kind of way to have a certain kind of food. I think.
And after 3 days of chicken, you can't stand
Yeah,
chicken.
exactly.
so-
Yeah.
Okay, something completely different. Tell me about your playlist. That's easier.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So like, my playlist. Of,
So, what kind of music do you have? What would you listen to when? Relaxing? Before a
good
game?
question, good question.
Before training?
Relaxing is like older stuff, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the old films. So then I hear stuff in films, and then like I'll add it to like I've got it broken up now, so it's like 60s, 70s, 80s, and I'll break it up like that. and like listen to that when I'm chilling because it's just so calming and like the voices are way better back then, weren't they?
And back then it was still music, huh?
Yeah.
It's real instruments,
yeah,
you
better,
know.
man. It's just way better. So yeah, that's when I'm relaxing, easily that kind of stuff. Before a game, did you say? I like 90s, 2000s rap before a game. 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Biggie, probably the main three.
Pretty old for a guy like you.
Yeah, because the films, that's why. Because of the films, man. I think like I just get used to like hearing them in the films that much. And then to be fair, I'll listen, like new stuff will come out and I'll listen to like an album or a song over and over again and then just be like, yeah, I don't like it, I'm listening to the old stuff again. Like, I'll just,
So you can always hear the old stuff,
Yeah.
but you get kind of
yeah,
sick of the new
I
stuff.
get sick of the new stuff a little bit because it's all kind of sounds similar now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
I mean, it's the same computer
Yeah.
producing it, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
it,
It's
that's
true.
it.
So,
It's true.
And then before training, that depends how I'm feeling. Like if I feel like I'm already if I'm too calm, I'll put something on that pumps me up a bit. And if I'm too like excited, too pumped up, then I'll put something on that calms me down a bit. Like that'll probably be like newer stuff, I suppose. Before trainings, when I get the newer stuff in, I think. But then it depends because then if I'm like really pumped, then the older stuff will come back out and tune me back out.
what song is there in your playlist that would really surprise me? Like, what kind of music is it? Or maybe a certain song that you would never believe that I'm into that song.
Nah, shall I get my phone?
Yeah.
Can you grab my phone? I'll show you some of a couple of the songs.
I can do that. All right, hold on.
Thank you. I won't reply to you. Yeah.
You needed to check.
5 minutes later.
Deborah Cox, you know. Have you heard of Deborah Cox? My mom played a song like that. the
What
other day in the car.
what kind of music is that? Is that soul or?
R&B.
R&B.
R&B. Deborah Cox I was listening to quite a bit at the minute.
But that's not really surprising.
Really?
you know,
No. Do you not think?
I mean,
Let me
that's
try and-
still the music I would, the department I would, connect with you. Like soul, R&B, hip hop. That's the corner I would put you in. But is there
Really,
something
yeah.
surprising, like, I don't know,
Something
some
really awful.
some Schlager or some Brit pop or rock or whatever, something.
Oasis a bit. I don't know if that would surprise. I don't think that would surprise.
Nah, you're a Brit,
Oasis,
so
I like
would
it.
that
Oasis is
surprise you?
played at the other stadium in
Yeah.
Birmingham.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know why.
Just old stuff. Like I don't think you'd. Yeah.
Loving you.
I love it. Al Green.
Al Green.
Al Green.
That's really.
Ray
back.
Charles.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really from the days.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ray
we
Charles.
talked about, maybe it's not surprising because you already mentioned that you're into that kind of music.
Yeah.
But it is surprising for a young man
yeah.
like you to have that kind of taste, like
Yeah.
for that real old soul R&B music.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, some of this is older than that as well, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that kind of thing really. Just because you get even in the change room, you get so used to listening to like the same songs and the same playlists. It's nice to just switch up, isn't it? I think.
Could you become the DJ next season?
I think this year, if I like in certain moments, I won't be afraid to go on now and like put some stuff on. But you
It
know,
only can get better.
But you know, when you're the team DJ, yeah, you have to attend to everyone's needs. That's the
There's a
important
pressure
thing.
in that.
Yeah,
There's a pressure
because
in
you can't. If I just go on and thingy and start before a game, put on stuff from the 70s and the 80s, people feel like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and play Schalke in a minute. Like, don't want to
Get your
listen
own
to Al
changing
Green,
room.
you know what I mean? So, but yeah, like, yeah, I'd be too selfish on the thing. I just listen to stuff I wanted to. I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
We heard you saying who inspires you in football, but who inspires you from other sports or other parts in life, and why?
Well, not sports, but my mom. Massive inspiration.
Big shout out to
Big
Mom.
shout out to my mom. The biggest. Obviously my dad, but that's kind of a football and life sort of thing. Obviously I spend more time with my mum now, so my mum's a big one. My mum's just, just the queen, and she so.
And she's the boss.
Yeah, the boss, the
Queen and the boss.
And the driver.
just does everything. That's what I mean, man. Like, just does everything. Just the best. From other sports, I like Conor McGregor. You know, like the Last Dance with Michael Jordan. I've seen that about 15 times. Honestly, it gets me going.
Yeah.
Man. It gets me going.
The best.
Yeah, that's Michael Jordan's so cool, isn't he?
And
LeBron
again,
James.
and again, you have never really seen him play.
Exactly, yeah.
you
Like I
know?
would never have even caught a game, would I?
No chance.
So yeah, but him, LeBron James. Okay. There's like, I suppose I have like a few in each sport. If you say a sport, I'd probably say like the NFL at the minute. I've always liked Brady because he has a documentary that I like, the Brady Six. Have you seen that?
No.
Where they like basically break down who all the quarterbacks that were picked before him in the draft, and they're like what they're doing now, and like
Most
he
of
was
them.
like you see the picture of him at the draft, and he's like some scrawny like lad,
Skinny,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's cool. Basketball like LeBron. I suppose there's loads in any sport really, and then you kind of people inspire you with things every day, don't they? Like you don't have to.
But is it like team
necessarily know.
sports or is it individual sports
little
too,
bit
like
of both
tennis?
as well,
or
because I feel you can take stuff from all of it, like tennis as well. For some reason, like obviously because of Wimbledon, loads of tennis been coming up on my phone like really recently. So I'd say that there's loads, honestly. There's loads. I pick from all kind of sports.
Yeah. And if you talking about sports, if you couldn't play football,
We
what
were
sport?
just saying that earlier.
What
at
sport
dinner.
would you choose? Like, what
Oh,
sport would
man.
you have gone with? You know. I mean, you could have become a wide receiver. The physiques are there, and I saw
I'm not
that
fast enough
catch.
to be a wide receiver. I'd love to be a
maybe.
quarterback though. I'd love to be a quarterback. Like I just think it's so cool, just chilling,
You know what?
or a basketball player actually.
celebrate the touchdown? and stuff?
Yeah. Quarterback or like a point guard, something where you're always involved. It's like playing in midfield, isn't it? Where
you
you're always
want to have
involved.
control.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I mean, playing midfield
But you know, like,
position, you're
I was
pulling a
thinking
lot of
as well,
strings.
like boxing, but then I thought, nah, because if I get hit back, I'll just retire. I couldn't deal with the pain of that, like.
Yeah, and look at those noses of all these boxers.
Yeah, and it's just like, man.
Have you been a boxer in your life? No, just thinking.
Are we doing a count of how many knives?
Oh wow! Is there a hidden story?
I don't know.
behind that?
I don't know, but I feel like it.
If
like,
there is,
it's
that needs to come out
ding,
today.
ding, ding. I don't know. What's
Now,
wrong
your,
with you?
your latest injury was like.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Did you know the story?
No,
That's not for here.
that is for here.
No.
That is for here.
It's about the legends in Ghana.
I stopped. You know, people always think I get injured quite a lot doing nothing, actually, doing really nothing. And this time it was really close. I just stumbled upon there was this.
You told me that.
Yeah.
You went all the way. You told me that.
And I bumped my head bad on the nightstand, and really it was like gushing blood and stuff. It was like, imagine happened like a couple centimeters into my face. It would have been real damage.
Really?
But they're making jokes of it. I mean, there was nothing involved, no alcohol,
But-
nothing.
Yeah.
It was just.
It's hard to
But
convince
he's
the
such
people
a-
of that, though. Isn't it?
And he's such a courageous guy. He ended up playing for 5 minutes until he got
because then I got injured and like a little muscle, like a faseris, you know,
Oh,
like
come on.
after 7 minutes or so. Yeah.
It's been a-
Did you start
So
as well?
I started.
start?
I started
Oh,
with like a turban, you know, this headband around, wrapped like yellow and black, really ridiculous looking. And then and then after a couple of minutes, like, bing.
They're probably thinking, who's this Ronaldinho lookalike? He's gonna be
This
a joke
body-
in this game.
this bo-
7 minutes in, he's like,
full success. Huh?
This body is not made for sports. It's never been. It's gonna stay that way for. Yeah, that's another story. Where are we? I lost track. Come on.
yeah, let's get
You
back.
not playing football. What would you do? There we are.
Not playing football, yeah, I don't know. Quarterback.
Quarterback. I hear you.
I wouldn't be. I probably wouldn't be any good, but
But you are playing football, and we hope you will continue to do so
Yeah.
for years and decades. And I don't know. But when your football career is over one day, how do you want to be remembered?
man, I think someone who entertained the fans, someone that could change games, produce big moments. Do a bit of everything really. Forward, back, in the middle. Be able to kind of be comfortable in any environment with the ball, without the ball. That's how I want to be remembered. And a winner.
And now,
It's going to be a silly question now, isn't it?
No,
After something so serious.
so now you might get a feeling of where this is coming from. I'm really excited to get your answer.
This is
Which would win a fight between a shark and a lion?
In or out of water. That's always the thing that we used to say. In or out of water. So whenever we'd go, like Joe was so young when we'd go to like like Spain or whatever, and we'd have to drive to places and it'd be far. And he'd just start talking to like, what would win in a fight, a whale or a tiger? And it's like, mate, what? And we'd be like, what? A whale? Like, what?
Where did they meet?
Jeez, yeah, and that's what we'd say. We'd say like in or out of water, and he'd get all frustrated. Like, well, what do you mean? Would they just win? It's just a fight, isn't it? I was like, well, where's the fight? You know what I mean? So yeah, the answer to that is in or out of water.
Okay. That's a good answer. Sometimes a question is a better answer.
Yeah.
than the answer. What was your favorite subject in school? So taking it easy.
I'm not going to say PE, because that's obviously...
What's that, PE?
That's PE, physical education,
Okay.
so that's just sport. So that's an easy answer, but I did media for GCSE. I really enjoyed that. My teacher... I seen my teacher not too long ago, actually. I went back to the school and visited my teacher for that subject, and yeah, cool guy, man. I really enjoyed them classes, because you just learnt more about, like, what happened in the real world and stuff like that, and obviously it's kind of helped me being able to feel comfortable talking to scary people like yourselves.
There is a career for you after professional football. I'm pretty sure.
Everybody at BBB TV remembers the session when you were handing out the, what was it?
The FIFA.
The
FIFA box.
The natural
I still
entertainer.
see clips of that now. Like people send that to me and tag me in it.
I haven't
stuff.
seen that.
He was like 17, maybe 18,
Yeah, just
and he
like
was
that.
acting like a.
No, I mean, I told you this before.
Yeah.
That very first interview, he was so young, but confident and well spoken and a good plan and entertaining
To
as
be
well.
fair, I think that's just the way I've been raised. Like with my mom and stuff, it's just like if you got something to say, you know, it's respectful. It doesn't offend anyone. Just say it.
Again, big props
Yeah, exactly, man.
to your mom.
So always felt comfortable.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie character and why?
I'll probably say Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Not Vincent. What's his name?
The character's name?
Yeah, the character's name. Can you remember? It's not Vin. Oh, I should know this, man. I've seen it about millions of times. I'm gutted, I can't remember. Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction, just so cool, man. So funny as well.
I like him as an actor.
So then, what film is this quote from, and which character said it?
This is fun. I like this.
The truth is, you are the weak and I'm the tyranny of evil men. But I'm trying, Ringo.
That's
I'm
it.
trying real hard to be the real shepherd.
That's him. He's gonna kill me. What's his name, man?
You're not gonna find sleep tonight.
Nah, I've got to search it because it's really gonna annoy me. It's really gonna annoy me. And if I go back to my room, like knowing I haven't said it, it'll be cool.
You'll call me in 3 in the night.
I'll be like, let's do it. Do it again. Part 2. Jules, that's it, Jules. But she's cool. He's cool, but Mia Wallace as well.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Uma Thurman. Yeah, she's cool in that film as well.
Do you have any clue who handed in all those questions?
Yeah, my parents, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Without a doubt. And I answered them all correctly. So
Any
happy days.
particular guess?
My dad. My dad with the... I think my mum maybe the playlist ones. Because she was saying to me before I left that, she was saying, it's quite interesting that you do that with your playlist and stuff like that. So I think that was definitely her. My dad was my brother was probably the animal one. I don't know if you asked him. And then my dad that one, because he got me into that film.
I leave the family to sort that out.
Yeah, they can discuss, they can bicker about that.
In the meantime, we're getting closer to the finish line.
Oh man,
Just a couple of more questions.
gutted, man.
New topic. It's called Living the Dream.
Yeah, certainly.
So there's probably the answer to what I was about to ask you. You're doing what you love. I mean, you're super popular with at least all the BVB fans. You're doing the hard work on the pitch. You became an absolute fixture. I mentioned that earlier as well. Do you feel like you're living your dream?
Yeah, and like, I don't take it for granted though either. Like every single day I kind of get up and it's like I get to go to football. Not every day, I just get to go and play football. Like, not that it's a bad thing, but you know, I've got friends who have to be up and go into kind of lectures at uni and stuff like that. And like, I was never great in school. I was pretty average at everything. I don't know what I'd be doing if I wasn't playing football. So to be able to just get up, go and play football all day, meet people like this, learn from people like this, living the dream.
But the funny thing is,
and then to play the games and that, and I still find it so weird seeing like my name and my number and stuff like that. And when like fans come with the shirt, like it just It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, I just can't believe that, you know, it's happened really. But then, yeah, I just never take it for granted. I don't think I ever will, to be fair.
But the funny thing is, you haven't always been like that. I mean, we both know a small guy in Dortmund who is all about football.
Yeah.
You haven't been like that until the age of 6 or 7.
I just, like, I feel they call it the bug. Like in England, it's like the bug, the football bug. So like you either have it or you don't. And some people like never get it. And like I got it, but you know, like nowadays, like kids get into football. It's like, oh, when did he start playing? Oh, he was 2.5, like in the garden kicking. I just couldn't. If any ball that came near me, I'd just pick it up and throw it back. I was never interested. And like my dad would always try and get me into it because he was always playing. And to him, it was like, how can that? He sees me play every single weekend, and yet he won't kick a ball. How can that be? And he would take me to this place, PSI, where I'd go and have a kickabout. And the only thing I was interested in was like the cat and mouse races at the start. And then after that, I'd literally just pick grass for an hour. And my mum was like, he ain't going anymore.
When did that change?
And I don't know, I can't remember the day at the time. It just clicked and I was like, I want to play in a team. I want to play this position. I want to wear this number. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to be a professional footballer. I want to play for Birmingham. I don't know, there was no point that I remember, but it just all happened really. And then here we are.
This one I wanted to ask you because you're a really reflective person and you had a good upbringing. Again, so many props back to mom and dad. Upbringing. You certainly have a differentiated opinion of professional football. So from your point of view, what are the ups and downs of being a professional footballer in this time now?
I think the ups is like the playing the football, like going in every day, being able to play football and like the winning. Like there's no better feeling than winning a football match because it's like, it's great because it's just like relief. Like it just feels like the weight of all the work you've done that week just off your shoulders for
relief and reward.
Yeah,
right?
reward for 3 hours maybe. For 3 hours until you realise you've got to play again on Tuesday. It's like the best feeling ever. But and I'd say the worst is like losing. You know, I just hate losing, man. I feel like I actually feel like after every loss, like the world's ending. Like I feel like, how am I going to cope? How am I
3 hours.
Yeah.
Then you
no,
realise.
Literally no. But even till the wins, I always manage to get out of my head really quickly.
Yeah.
But the losses are like, I need to play the next game, otherwise I'm not going to be able to get out of my head. And if we lose 2 in a row, I'm like, don't speak to me until we win. But and I'd say what comes with like the bad side as well, probably not being able to do as much as you'd like, because you know you go to certain places. And it's not like places you shouldn't be, but it's like places where you want to have a laugh and stuff like that. You want to go somewhere with your family, and like in this day and age, everyone's got a phone, everyone's got a camera, and everyone's always recording you. And it's the stuff like I'll just be anywhere, and I feel like, oh yeah, I've made it somewhere without like being seen. And then you go on TikTok or something like that, and it pops up like, oh, you've been videoed eating somewhere like in Birmingham or something. And it's just like they're not doing it because it's like to like offend you or anything, but they're just excited to see you.
exciting.
Like for me, it's just like, oh,
It's the zeitgeist at the moment.
yeah.
You know, use everything
Exactly,
to...
yeah. But for me, I was like, oh, I thought I was chilling there, like, I was relaxed. But I suppose like I struggle like in public to kind of fully relax. To be fair, that's probably the only thing.
That's something I wouldn't, you know, I would love to trade times, you know, with you guys nowadays, because there are some things that were different.
But
But this is something, you know, there were no photo cameras. There were cameras, but you would see the flash, or there were no flash.
Yeah.
That saved your life.
I wouldn't have a career.
But even social media has its perks. Like I feel like I have a big reason why I have kind of a good connection with the fans is because, you know, like I run all my own social media, and I'm honest with what I say in terms of like if I give a reflection on a game, or if I give a caption, or if we, you know, like we do a funny video on one of the platforms and stuff. It's me being me, and I can connect to the fans, and I can connect to people.
You can
that
connect to millions around the world
who I'd never connect to if it wasn't for that. But then it does have the downside of like you're going out in public and you can't quite relax a bit. And but living the dream, man. I can't complain.
But so if you took away all the celebrity thing that comes with it, would football then gain or lose attractiveness to you? Gain?
Massively.
Because it would come down to the pure sports.
Yeah, just all sporting, wouldn't it? Like you'd be able to kind of, and that's the thing. But I think it also kind of keeps players in check as well, in terms of they know they can't go to certain places on certain days because they could get caught out, which is like also a plus for the game in itself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then like it's just a bit worrying for players who aren't doing anything wrong, but are still having to like look behind the shoulders and stuff like that. Because you might be out with someone that doesn't want to have that kind of like pressure on them, like the cameras on them, and then it's unfair on them and the people that you surround yourself with if they kind of want to just be chilled. But yeah. Social media.
We often say that football players are role models, but do you have a role model, especially when it comes to handling these kind of situations and handling being fame?
Yeah, I'd love to be like someone like Liam Gallagher and just like say whatever you want to the camera. And just,
I was thinking of that.
Like, was you thinking about that?
I don't care what people think.
Yeah.
I'm saying
I'd love to be like. I don't really care what people think anyway, but I always kind of want to show respect even if someone asks a dumb question or something like that.
Yeah.
But like it would be pretty... No, not like you guys are always spot on. But, like how he just was, like, someone just asked him a dumb question, he's like, this, that, whatever, get out of my face. And like, it would be cool to kind of be like that, but I just don't have it in me, really.
I think it's better the way you are.
Nah, yeah, definitely. I think it suits my personality better as well. Like I'm not that guy anyway, so it wouldn't make sense. But it would be cool though. It would be quite funny.
For a
be
day.
a good change, yeah, for a day.
But then he would have to behave for one. Football is a sport, especially in a city like Dortmund, that attracts the working class people. And some people, they may argue, football stars, they earn so much money, so they might lose touch to the working class society, to the average everyday worries of their fans. I believe that you take care of stuff like that. So do you worry about staying humble, or is it just inside you?
Nah, I don't worry about it one bit, because like it couldn't change me. At the end of the day, like I'm just Jude. I went to school like everyone else. I was raised like everyone else. I was lucky to be put onto football like everyone else. Like, I'm not like I don't see myself as like some special human just because I get to play professional football. Which is why I don't get like weird or arsey when someone asks for like, when like you said after training, like why would I get all bothered about that? Like I'm no better than anyone here just because I kick a ball around, all right. You know what I mean? So like.
But do you see yourself on a mission? As you're getting older, you came in as a teenager, as a real young player, and you managed to stay humble.
Still as a teenager though.
And still as a teenager, but now younger players are coming in, and you will turn, or you already have turned, into being a leader. Yeah. So it's not only about leading on the pitch, it's leading by example.
Yeah. And I suppose that is part of it, because like I see Jamie come up, and Jamie's like such a good kid, and like I want him to do so well, so naturally I want him to stay humble. And like how could I kind of try and get him to stay humble to be as good as he can be if he sees me being an idiot?
But would you tell him if you're still the humble guy and he is on the verge of turning into an idiot, would you go being the older one?
To be clear, he never would. But yeah, I'd probably say like I just remind him like, but he never would. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. It's obviously hypothetical, but yeah, I suppose I would, because. In fact, no, you know what? I don't know if it's any of my business really. I know if as long as I stay humble and try and show people, that's better than telling people. I think
leading by example.
Yeah, leading by example is better.
But here's a little spoiler alert. I did an interview with Jamie.
Oh yeah, see, you did it in the same style that I did it. So
Exactly. And he is a humble guy, but he's kind of ambitious, and he has a big confidence. He wants to win the Ballon d'Or. So what? Is that too much of a? No, that's confidence still, right?
That's confidence. I want to win the Ballon d'Or. There's not a footballer. I don't.
But putting it out there is a different thing.
Yeah, of course. I think if you ask any like footballer though, like directly, would you want to win the Ballon d'Or? Everyone would say yes. Do you know what I mean? Sure. For him to come out and say it, but that's not arrogance. I don't think. I actually like that he said that. Do you know? Yeah, but it's because it's good to like differentiate it, because people think that's arrogance, and that's not. That's just you saying something you want to do. And like Messi would have said when he was a kid that he wanted to win the Ballon d'Or, and he's worked so hard that he's managed to be able to do it. And he's matched. He's had a dream, and kind of manifested it, or whatever you want to say, and he did it. So that's what it is. Absolutely true.
Indirectly, you've already answered my next question. Every person tries to achieve something that lasts forever. Yeah. This year, BVB is celebrating 25 years of winning the Champions League in 1997, and The older ones and everybody who's from Dortmund remembers Lars Ricken scored that 3-1, that goal that sealed the win. He got substituted in 8 seconds before, touched the ball and just converted. Is an opportunity like that something that drives you to create moments that can be remembered by millions?
100%, yeah. Especially like for Dortmund fans as well. To be fair, I remember at the end of the game, the last game against Hertha, and obviously my friend Toby was on the pitch, and we were kind of looking at it like with Schmeller and with Zorc, like that kind of reaction to what you've managed to achieve is priceless, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can have all the money you want from playing football, you can buy whatever you want, but like being appreciated like that for creating so many memories for so many people, winning the league, winning however many cups, winning the Champions League, like that lives longer than any car you could buy or any house you could buy, and that's the thing that kind of motivates me in football, to try and like create memories that I'll remember forever, but other people remember forever as well.
He can get that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he already did a few things that will be remembered.
No, what I wanted to say is he just needs to stay long enough with BBB,
Of course.
and he'll get it.
Of course, only at BBB. No, but I think you're on the absolute right path and in a good way, and good luck with all of that.
Now I've got to make out.
So
It's been a real pleasure.
It is always great talking to you, and I think there's a lot of stuff in there for the fans that we really like it and appreciate.
I think we went triple overtime.
Yeah, probably.
Love Island in 5 minutes, so perfect time.
Every interview, you that's surprising. The first interview we did, you said something about the Kardashians. And I was like,
yeah.
16-year-old footballer is looking at the Kardashians. Now you're coming up with Love Island.
There you go.
So forget about the playlist. It's Love Island.
Only with Jude Bellingham. Thank you.
Thank
No
you.
worries, man. Thank you so much for having me.
That's been
That was a lot
brilliant.
of fun. Thank you so much.